what's waiting for me. Hi everyone. So the last couple of weeks have felt like a crazy combination of things breaking and crazy weather. Not crazy cold this time, but crazy all the same. My new car kettle arrived at my friend's place, but then my diesel heater broke. My power bank stopped working for a few days, and my bed almost fell apart. There's also been quite a lot of rain, and it's been far more windy than I would have liked. But we did have a couple of days that felt like summer just after the snow melted, and I made good use of these by putting my bare feet in the freezing sea. This has got to be one of the weirdest fixes ever. I'm using old business cards from my old job to stop the leg that holds up one of my bed legs from falling down a hole. On the other side, this is the right length and it slots down into it. On this side, it kind of is the right length here and then it drops there, and I have not been able to fix it. I need to make a new, longer one of these that's like cut out on part of it, but I haven't done it yet. So to stop my bed falling apart in the meantime, I have shoved some business cards underneath. These are my old ones from my old job, which are actually in my fire supplies box for cooking because I didn't want to waste them, and it was quite satisfying. And hopefully they are going to hold my bed in place so I can get a good night's sleep and not worry when climbing in and out that my bed is going to fall apart, which has been known to happen before I had these in place. Wish me luck. So for everyone asking about seeing the inside of my van and how I've laid out my van build, I'm wanting to get a few more things fixed and organised before I share that with everyone. And then I'll also need a day of reasonable weather to be able to film it. So until then, you'll just have to be patient, and you can see a little bit of my living space now. So this is my bed that I am sat on. This is my duvet. And there is just enough space here for my head. It's lucky that I am my height. Just doing a little bit of nighttime cooking. I've got some just hot water in there and miso soup with some noodles and finely chopped courgette waiting in my food flask. And it's actually quite a nice night. The wind has died down, which has allowed me to do this. I just want enough hot water to make dinner, and hopefully a flask as well for either a hot drink or washing, or both. I love fire. But this one took a little while to get going. I actually had to use a fire lighter. I managed to cook in the snow without a fire lighter, so it seemed strange to have to use one, but I think it was just the wind. I couldn't get it to keep going. This is probably a very dark video shot. My mood is always quite affected by the weather. So after a few not great weather days, I took myself out for a little bit of nature exploration to lift my spirits, which I hope you will enjoy joining me on. Oh, and did I mention that I had the police knock on one of my windows one night? I think that happening in the first 3 weeks of van life is unlucky maybe, or good just to get it out of the way. Luckily, they were really friendly. I did not remember to get it on film. I was a bit shocked. I was just dozing off to sleep, had all my lights off and things. And they knocked on the window and were like, "It's the police." And I was like, "Oh dear." Luckily, they were very nice and left me to it. They were just looking for someone that had been reported wandering around in the fields near where I was parked up. But hopefully that won't happen too much more often. And if it does, I will try and get it on camera for you next time. So I parked up just over there last night, and it was still pretty windy and wet when I parked up, so I didn't I did get some video of this, but it's not something very shareable because it was so noisy. But these trees that have just come down have got to be some of the biggest that I've seen come out of the ground and be this freshly out. There's actually multiple trees here that have come up. It's a bit crazy. You can see like the next ones have been up for a while because they've already got moss all over the underneath of them. But I think these trees used to be protected by other trees from the wind, and those trees have all gone now. So these trees were a little bit exposed and obviously did not like the crazy weather that we've had. So you can see there's actually like 4 trees, because there's like 3 that are joined together pretty much growing together there, and then this one as well, and the whole lot has just come up. I always find it kind of amazing. They're such incredible structures and they're so strong and they can move so much so amazingly in the wind, but then also they just fall over, especially when they have lost their wind protection. So last night it was way too windy for me to go and explore, but the wind has dropped, the rain has stopped, so I can't resist exploring through there. I almost feel like I'm entering a whole different little world when everything is just dripping in like moss. Look how long it is over there. It's so cool. I never get tired of seeing this stuff. Oh look, little trees trying to grow. And yeah, we've had a lot of rain. I'm in my welly boots because that seemed like the safest way to go and explore. Oh, but look at I love this ground. It's so squidgy. The moss is like I can't really describe how squidgy. Look at this. Whoa! This stuff is good to sit on when it's always wet because it's moss, but when you have like a ground sheet or something with you, or waterproof trousers, they work a treat. I miss tree climbing, but that's something for another day. Maybe a story for another day. Maybe a video for another day. I'll take everyone tree climbing with me sometime. I love these types of cones. I like the shape of them, it's just so cool. Nature has such amazing structures that I think we just, not all of us, but some of us just overlook too often. Especially on wet days, it's so easy when the sun is out and everything always looks beautiful. It's so easy to be more positive on those days. So sometimes when I'm missing the sun after a few days of rain, I tend to feel more low. And all it takes is me coming to look at nature and finding wonder again in all the little things, and I feel better. Wouldn't it be fun to live at this level? And to my friends out there that say I'm already this short, no, I'm actually on the ground right now. I'm not quite this short. It's a nice perspective.
had planned to have this video uploaded last week, but it just didn't happen with power issues and other things going on. So a couple of updates for you since then. I've had another encounter with the police. It was, again, all fine, except just kind of funny. This time there were two female officers, and one of them just couldn't seem to understand how I could survive a night without access to flushing toilets. She's obviously not a camper, so that was quite entertaining. I have had my diesel heater fixed, which is great because it is chilly again, so I definitely need it in the evenings. I have upgraded to a bigger power bank because the one I had, I'd really bought for being away for maybe a week or two at a time in the lighter months when my solar panel would charge it a little bit more. So I've upgraded to the next size of that, which is quite exciting. So I have a lot more power and a new solar panel, or a second solar panel, coming shortly. My bed hasn't fallen apart, so this is all good. I've also started a blog, which you can find on my website. I will put the links below, so if you enjoy reading that kind of thing, please check it out, and I will catch you all next time.